Shamans, we understand, cause we are the Tech Shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Alright, so, yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Cool.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Shamans. We're back. He's been on a cruise for like 3 weeks.
Good
For
morning.
God's sake,
Good
it just
morning.
never ends. Oh my God, how rich are you?
Not.
It's great to stay up.
Why do you think I'm going on a cruise?
You went around the world, right?
You go.
That's what I thought happened. You took like a 3-week cruise
go
around
on
the
a
world.
you go on a cruise
Was
when
that a 3-month cruise?
you don't have money.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh,
That's because
no.
everything's
all the food's
provided to you.
included.
You're in a hotel. You
That-
might as well
that
just
floats. Oh, you're in a hotel that can sink.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
sinking
in Florida, they pretty much all can.
You know how to swim?
That's
You know how to swim?
I can float.
Do you
Yep.
know that? Okay, so I do like cruises. Last cruise I was on, I did a survey just because I wanted to know, right? And I asked everybody. I said, "So how well do you swim?" And they're like, "What?
why are you asking?
Why are you asking?" I'm just asking. I mean, do you like
I mean,
swimming?
I'm not trying to start a panic or
You know,
anything.
and do you know that I guarantee over 70% of the people on there are like, I don't like to swim.
Oh my God.
Well,
And you're on a boat.
yeah. But look, that's why they're cruising on a boat and not swimming to Mexico.
The muster.
'Cause they don't
drills.
like to swim.
The muster drills for all those people that don't know how to swim. This is ridiculous. You get on the boat and they're like, you get on the boat and they have you immediately go to this one area where the person goes, puts the life jacket on, snaps it, and says, "Okay, have a great day." I mean, that's it.
Oh my God. Well, so, you know,
We'll find you later.
I know that's a merit. I know it's a maritime thing that you have to do that.
Yeah.
But that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Well, in all truth and honesty, they have rules, and when it comes to like maritime law, when you watch how things operate, they have those. It's awesome how they have those international rules and everything in place to keep people safe because of these kind of situations. It just sucks that when you're going on vacation, you got to stop everything and go run down.
Here's what's truly going to happen is to all the deckhands and all the employees going to knock your ass out of the way, get on the little lifeboats and go. Good luck.
Remember when you told me no tip for me?
Yeah, no tip. No.
Remember when you kissed me out in the dining hall?
No seat.
That's funny. Anyway, so we have some really cool news. I'm gonna do this shamelessly plugging thing.
What?
So the Nerdosphere we are open. We're in a soft open, you can come in and get your D&D dice. I think that's D&D.
No,
that's just
a bunch of D6s. Good for anything.
That's great. I could play Monopoly with that, maybe. But yeah, we're in a soft open.
Yep. So small.
We are going to be our grand opening will be after Easter because I am going to Georgia for Easter, which is I'm going to take away. We will be closed that weekend.
I thought that was the reason was so you can get the chocolate and stuff cheaper after Easter, and then
You're not supposed to give away my surprises. Because then we take all the chocolate, we melt it
There
down.
goes our whole supply chain.
Okay, never mind.
plan
We're done.
right there.
We're
Thanks,
not opening.
Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
You know how many people come in August wanting Cadbury eggs? Do you have
Right.
any idea what that stuff's worth?
dude, don't even. I love me some Cadbury eggs.
Caramel?
No, just regular ones.
Just the regular ones with
Classic.
the white, yellow.
Yeah, because
yellow?
it's like I'm eating a raw egg. Forget you.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
Just like Rocky, it's like you're gonna crack the egg and there
So
you
the
go.
Nerdosphere is open. The mall opens their doors at 10 a.m. So the walkers, the walkers can walk. I shouldn't do that because they become my good customers. And we do have coffee, we have teas, we have soda, we have
muffins and all kinds of fun stuff.
And we're going to start carrying some bagels. And
I'm in trouble now.
We do have pizza coming in. I've got to find a better way to make it last. And so we have pizza coming in to do the slice. And I think one of the tattoo artists here that he has become Serge has become my best customer. He's like, you should have a special food each day, like, Wings Wednesday and Tots Tuesday. And I'm like, you know what? That's a pretty dang good idea. And that's all this is. So
and
we
it
can
highlights variety as
right,
well.
and we can do
which-
everything in there except for deep fry.
Yeah. Now,
Really?
you see, here's the thing. We are the only place you can get food in the entire mall.
In the mall.
You can imagine.
Harold Seltzer's is outside the mall.
And
so.
it's a steakhouse, okay? So for the employees here at the mall, they all
yeah.
have to go off property to eat.
Yeah.
Basically, they have to go find an out parcel, which there are a few.
So
but
we've-
yeah, I mean, even Starbucks pulled out and opened up an out parcel.
So you can,
So
you can have a
just-
toaster oven?
Yes, we have those.
All right.
At the strudels, I'm trying to find a good location, so I'm not going to Sam's Club like every other guy in this world and buying crap. Unless Sam's going to give me a really good discount.
Of
No.
course not.
So anyway, but yeah, we're open. So come in, have a cup of coffee, talk nerd, talk tech, whatever. We're all
Yeah.
there. And so what have you been doing?
What have I been doing? I have been working on platforms. I have been working on.
And the
Oh
shoes
my
are about that
God.
tall.
Yeah.
And he's got the legs that can carry it. So there you go.
Yeah. I had a kilt on yesterday. You missed it. The
Platforms and a kilt. Oh
platforms
my.
and a kilt. No, it's just been, clients. We've got 4 major projects launching simultaneously. In a very microcosm thing, one of the things we did was we added a membership option straight into the Nerdosphere, which was part of the plans all along, but now it's launched. So people can join, and with that membership, they get special discounts. They get stuff for free. It's a monthly fee, and right now it is running like half price, and we're going to lock that price in forever for people who sign up now. But we can do that kind of thing with platforms on the backside. So
There you go.
for small businesses out there, there are some great opportunities to do stuff. And help people. Let's imagine you're an air conditioning contractor.
Right.
Just to pick something, you put people on a monthly membership, and they know they're going to get preferred service. They know they're not going to get emergency fees, up charges. They know that they're going to get a biannual cleaning. We can build all this straight into the back of your
Yeah.
website. So
That's awesome.
so that's what I've been doing all weekend.
Not a boy. What do
Yep.
you do? So other than cruising,
On a Sunday
actually,
afternoon.
I saw a video the other day from Reagan Weiss from the Hub. They're working on our ceiling this morning.
Yeah, they are. That or we
you
got really
saved
big
them.
rats. I mean, like really big.
You saved his cookies.
Cookies.
You
That
couldn't
was-
get
that
into
was-
his computer.
That was a while ago, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's an old video then.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
wonder
an
why he
old
was
video.
wearing a coat. I was like, why
Yeah.
is he wearing a coat outside? It's not cold.
Well, it
But
was
anyway.
kind of
You know the power of video.
Yeah, I
You can pause it, rewind, fast forward,
Anytime
save
you
it for a
want,
later
whatever
date.
you want to do, man. It's all good.
It's called delayed marketing.
Delayed marketing.
Delayed
Don't
marketing.
put that out there right now. Wait till I'm slow and then put that out there, please. That's
No,
what
I-
people do.
Yeah.
They look.
That's fine.
You've heard me sit here and preach. People hoard better. Matter of fact, I tell you what. If
Tell me
you
what.
are in Oldsmar tomorrow at 11:30 or 11 o'clock, stop by Great Catches.
Okay.
Because I'm speaking tomorrow at the RGA group, and everybody's welcome the first time. You come in, and I'm speaking about video and why you should be using video and how you should use video.
And you know what? That, truthfully, was a recording from a computer. I
Right.
couldn't use that way,
Right.
Because it's private. But I was able to, screen record. So be careful, folks.
Yep.
Technology is your friend.
Exactly. Hey, so talking about technology, we talked about
Oh, that's
this.
a good idea.
Yeah, a little bit, because this is a tech show. Yeah.
Talking about
Sorry,
technology.
we spent 10 minutes ranting. So we talked about this a while back, and it's called the Jetson 1, right?
I love this.
And can you believe that this thing has sold out?
They have sold out for 2022. They had 140 basically model, chassis available for this year, 12 a month, and they've sold out. And now they've started to take orders for 2023. They've got 3 slots available still. These things you got to
Well,
do
that
at
means they're
20.
not sold out then.
Well, they are for 2022.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you
2023.
can't get one until 2023. So you can't get one this year.
We're quarter way. We're quarter way through now.
Yeah, and they are just cranking on these things.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I like the idea, but it just looks like a meat tenderizer. because those blades are like right there. I could just see them flying off and taking off your head or something.
Well, so, okay, so it's funny you say that because I showed this video to somebody else and they said the same thing, and then my buddy went, "Well, what about that 900,000-pound motor that's in the front of your car that could throw a piston right through the thing and go right through your head?"
It could, but you know what? You know what? It has to go through a lot more to get to you.
I'm not worried.
Yeah, but it still gets there.
It still gets to the
These
blades.
things snap.
They can snap very easily, or you could hit something and bing.
But I don't mind them. Here's what all I can see. It's going to be gladiator wars in the air.
Well, this is more or less. It's not going to be you driving around to work.
You're going to
This is going to be. This is like
okay.
your sea-doo into sand.
Right. I checked out the price on this thing, okay? Yeah, you got to put $21,000 down.
Oh, down?
And then $71,000 on delivery. So it's a $92,000 vehicle. You're going to need some pretty rich gladiators who are out there being okay smashing these things at $100,000 a piece. Now, where you're going to find those things are YouTube influencers who are going to make videos of themselves jousting in these things because they will make more than $200,000 on the video.
I have 30,000 followers. Do you think you can comp me one?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, right, exactly.
No, I don't see that happening. I see them buying them and then trashing them, just like the guy who blew up his Lexus.
It's going to be Mad Max.
Or, I mean, his Tesla.
Air World.
Or the guy who goes out and buys the brand new iPhone just to drop it to see what happens.
Right? How much money
Or
do
microwave
you have?
them.
That's crazy.
People.
I know.
But they make
Way
more
too
off
much money.
the views than they
Of
pay for
course.
the phone. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's just their product.
Well, thank
So-
you. You just bought me 5 more phones.
You're
Yes.
awesome, guys. Okay, so I think you put this in here.
I did.
This is
and
interesting.
So it is interesting, but
Yep.
I have to say it's from Newsmax, first of all.
So
Second of
never
all
mind. It's not real news.
is my tech crew behind me went and looked it all up and said all the other people that are reporting on it copied it word for word from Newsmax. So
course.
what is this?
Oh, it's very simple.
Facebook page,
Basically,
GOPF.
Facebook went and found a marketing firm that does a lot of work for Republican candidates. It was actually founded as part of the Mitt Romney campaign. Of course, we know Mitt's not really a Republican anyway.
No.
But it was founded as part of Mitt's campaign, and therefore it's considered right leaning and Republican based and yada yada. And so they went ahead and said Meta went and contacted them and said, "Hey, we'd like you to start an anti-TikTok campaign and just blast them and see how far you can run with it and see how many news outlets you can get it on." If you remember a couple of years ago, that was all the talk.
Yeah,
Pun
we
intended.
preach
Okay.
don't put TikTok on.
Exactly. Well, apparently that was part of a Facebook marketing campaign.
Really?
In which they went ahead and, it doesn't mean it was bad advice. It means it cost Facebook a lot of money to get the information out there because nobody was wanting to talk about it. And so, at that point, you're seeing, these people are then, creating issues and then getting politicians and so on to rally around those issues. And it all goes back to, the big money of the tech companies.
I can't believe they do that.
John,
Yeah.
you did not get enough sleep last night.
No, I did not.
There you have it. So that's basically what happened. It's now all come out, and there's lots of email exchanges that have been exposed in which they're like, ooh, let's try this angle. Let's see if we can get these people upset.
Did they find that on Hunter Biden's laptop?
No.
This is getting old.
That was Russian disinformation.
Come on, that was funny, guys.
It was, yeah, I'm sure that it was on there too. Just because it seems like,
It does show up on The Onion.
well, there you have it.
There you go. That is so newsworthy.
Yes.
I'm really disappointed.
So there you have
It's
it.
nice.
Yeah. Smoky glass. Yes.
Smoky glass.
So that's the story there is
Okay.
Facebook got themselves behind a news story, kind of like if you fabricated, I don't know, a dossier on your political opponent and got all the news sources to run with that. That's kind of the same thing. There you have it.
Damn.
Not
Okay.
that anybody would ever do that.
Not at all, man.
There you
Not
go.
at all. So, we all love hackers, right? No. It's kind of funny. I think I've said this. I think I've said this before. that we're defending the very country, or we want to defend the very country that hacks us the most. It's just saying. Hackers steal $625 million from Ronin Network in the largest ever crypto theft.
Unbelievable.
I was just reading an article that.
But, hold on. So, did they really steal anything at all?
Yes.
Well, it depends. They stole.
That was your
they
money,
stole
and you were getting ready to sell it to buy a house? Yeah, they stole your money.
Wait, is it not insured?
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean, you're actually putting something in investments that's not insured.
It's funny.
Well, neither are your investments on Wall Street. Your company crashes, you lose
That's
it.
why I don't put anything on Wall Street.
There you have it.
I bury it in my backyard.
There you
Because
now we all
for
know
some
where you
reason
live.
the little fairies come in. Tink, tink.
he doesn't put anything on Wall Street. He puts it on Boardwalk.
That's right. or reading Railroad. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, you always buy the railroads. You buy your public
We're
works.
just two kids, and you're the grown-up.
Utilities are useless.
The utilities. Hey, I got my $100.
Waterworks.
Waterworks. Yeah.
I just want to own the jail. I get $200 every time.
Tell me about it.
Jeez.
Anyway, go ahead. So what?
I was going to say is I was just reading an article that these. Obviously we have crypto. Okay.
Right.
That is some good Nerdosphere coffee. Thank you
Please
very
do
much.
not spill that on your laptop, whatever you do.
Oh, yes.
No, actually, go ahead and do it. Adam loves fixing that thing. But go ahead, Adam. Finish your story
blockchain-
so we can talk about how they did this.
Remember how blockchain is supposed to be all secure?
Sure.
Yeah.
Blockchain is starting to. Hackers have now been able to access blockchain very easily because in blockchain, when you're dealing with crypto and stuff, people need to be able to move their information or
Right.
their cryptocurrency from different wallets and move
Right.
it around.
Right.
Okay. And that process in moving it, they have these things called what they call bridges that allow them to,
Yep.
mediate between these blockchains.
Precisely.
And hackers have been able to get into these realms and intercept or take over these bridges, and this is where a lot of the theft is going to be happening.
I thought I put that.
Yep.
It's kind of funny you say that. I thought I put that article in there because that's exactly what an article was talking about. Is there are gaps in the bridges.
Yeah.
Well,
that-
what it
that
is
hackers are getting into.
the
And that's how they did
cryptocurrencies
this?
themselves are secure.
Right.
Okay. It's like they are. Here's the best example. The bank is absolutely secure, unrobbable, can't take it. But they need to load up an armored car every now and then and take the money to the store or to
right.
another bank, and somebody's hijacking the armored cars.
It's
is
always
what
got
they're
to be
doing.
third parties.
Yes.
Always a third
and
party.
with these people, this money was actually gone, I think, for 4 days before anybody noticed.
Is there that?
Yes.
Is there that much
Yes,
money?
there is
Yes,
that much money.
there is
just
that much money. There's
floating
$620 million gone, okay, for 4 days before somebody called up and said, hey, I just tried to get some money out and it didn't work.
It's like,
They're
it's
like,
five
what?
co- That's what.
Because they didn't
5
take
coins?
all the money. They didn't take all the accounts. They, however it was they did it, man, it worked.
So now they're going
And-
to. So they're working on a bridge chain, a blockchain bridge.
A blockchain, yeah.
Gap.
So let's just take that same technology
Right.
that makes the bank sacrosanct. I heard somebody mispronouncing it this weekend. Now I'm stuck with it.
But-
and move it along all the way through the whole process.
How do you not see $625 million
Because
missing?
it's only like 10 coins, man. It's just like,
No,
you
he's
could
absolutely
miscount.
correct. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's.
1,
I
2,
mean, the
3,
stuff is
4,
selling
5,
for
6, 7, 8,
$40,000 a coin.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Ex-
good.
Except you've got 900, okay, and you're missing 90.
and
It's hard
think
to
of it-
notice a 10%
And this
difference
is what happens
in inventory.
when you have the inventory in say in your wallet and stuff. It could be a tenth of it. You know what I mean? So it shows up as a point, 0010 whatever of a Bitcoin. So
Right.
people don't fathom.
They think it's a
what
market
it is. Yeah.
fluctuation. That's the thing. This could have been a market fluctuation blip on their numbers. Okay, because Bitcoin has been incredibly volatile. It's gone from 38 up to 62 and back down to 38 again. I mean, it's all over the frickin' boards.
Right.
And I mean, it's starting to climb up nicely now. It's holding back over 40,000 now and continuing to edge upward.
I do love that
But-
commercial where the guy goes, "I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire." It's
That's
what it
hilarious.
is, yeah.
Yeah, you can track through the day. It's that volatile as you're watching it.
Yeah, see,
and so you can go ahead and not see it disappear.
Okay.
But again, I am glad to hear that they're putting blockchain onto basically the armored cars as well.
Well, you know what, though? The fact that these bridges exist and the fact that these guys are able to get through and the more and more they interact with the technology, the more and more their systems and their coding is going to become sophisticated enough to be able to break into.
I don't see. So here's it just this is
There's nothing that's foolproof.
And this is,
Of course not.
This is John Gaston's opinion, not the opinion of the show, not the opinion of We Being TV. This is my opinion. I don't think in today's world there'll ever be a non-hackable system, ever.
No.
So you just need to understand. So here's the next thing that's going to roll out from the insurance company. Oh, we're going to insure your crypto. We're going to insure your finances. So if you get, it's going to be hackers insurance. If you get hacked, you're insured.
Well, they already built that into credit. Credit protection and all those things. But
even the credit bureaus
taking it another
breaking the
step
laws
further
on a daily basis and letting people put crap up there that shouldn't be put up there. So
that is correct.
There's nothing.
That's because to these guys and these entities, there's first off the guys that are really doing it. It's a game.
Right.
It's a cat and mouse game.
Yep.
You know, they come out with an idea.
It's a game with a paycheck.
They release. Yes, it's a game of chess. They release the code and say, hey, look, this is what we found. Here's the information paper. Here's the white paper. Figure it out. Reverse engineer it. This is what we got to do to secure it. Hackers go, oh wow, look, this is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and weaponize this out on the web. Then they start selling it in the black market. That starts moving around. Then people say, "Oh, look what we found! They figured something a little smart, a little better with this product. They were able to repackage it and do this." And then next thing you know, it goes back and forth.
So we're going to jump over. We'll come back to Apple.
Yeah, jump over to
because
Borat.
There's a new Borat, which is a remote access malware. It's like no laughing matters what the head signs. A new remote access Trojan rat named Borat has appeared in darknet markets.
This is one of the most amazing things I've seen in the history of ever. That some anti-hacker group got a copy of it, and what it is it is an entire software package, like Windows Office.
You can buy
for
it.
hackers.
You can be a hacker.
And it allows you to implant, it depends on what your goal is. They've got different packages built into, different like apps built into the package. So you know how on Windows you have Excel and you have and you have PowerPoint.
You can get the basic for free, but you have to in-app purchases.
You have in-app purchases.
In-app purchase.
The problem is you put your credit card in and they hack you.
Yeah, there you go. See, it's simple, man.
But within it, if you have somebody you want to do a denial of service, okay, boop, there's an option for that. If you want to just map all their keystrokes, there's a package for that. If you want to do ransomware, there's a package for that. All built into this one hacker platform.
So hold on. So here's the features, right? Check this. I don't know if Rob can find this and show this real quick. Remote HVNC, so you can get a hidden desktop, hidden browsers, Chrome, Firefox, blah blah blah. Remote fun. They call this remote fun, right? Remote fun. Monitor on and off. Open and close CD, so you can just sit there and mess with people all day long, opening and closing their CD thing. Right? It's like a smart start button, the taskbar, show or hide the Explorer, show or hide the clock, hide tray, show or hide the mouse, and then remote systems. So you can get into system information, file manager, startup manager. I mean, that's crazy.
And the thing is, tracking your keyboard clicks, that's massive, because if you're putting in passwords and you're putting in ID numbers and so on, odds are you're using the same ID number.
The worst thing about this is the deployment method that they have.
Right.
Okay, so for instance, what I always see is the very first thing is you go to a website and a customer gets a warning. Whoop, 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 call Microsoft. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. During that whole plastered screen, okay, these deployment tools are already accessed. They already have locked into your computer. that it's done.
It's done. It's too late.
It's already too late. You just, and this can be, so for instance, you go to Yahoo, MSN, whatever website you go to, and they have the advertisements going on. If they're not monitoring the ads that they are supporting, and you roll your mouse over an ad, boom, that's how fast it can happen.
And then, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they'll take the Xbox to close it, and they'll make that the activate button.
You can't. Not just that. You cannot close it out because it's now taken over the computer. You cannot, unless you force quit Explorer or anything, you cannot shut it down. And the worst thing is the minute you pick up the phone and make the phone call, they're in. No, you don't have to hit yes. You don't have to hit nothing. They're already in your machine. They're already looking around. And the process is they're trying to get your credit card information or anything like that. And if you deny them any kind of monetary gain, the very first thing is they run a script and automatically lock your machine.
God.
Which then password protects it, and they usually an NT password or something like that to permanently lock your machine, lock you out of your data.
Which
or
is
encrypt
crazy.
It. So
I am truly in awe of these kids, and they're kids, most of them are, that they've gone that far and they're that smart that they can do stuff like that. But on the other side of them, I want to hunt them down. I want to be like the guy in Taken. You have my daughter. I will find you.
You have my laptop. I will find you.
I get those emails all the time. Oh, sorry to tell you this, but we've hacked in, but we've got compromising pictures, and I either write back going, well, send them to me, please, because I like the collection, or I just delete it. I don't even get in it. So, but anyway, so let's go back to Apple, and it was it came from it came from what the hell did it come from?
Bitdefender.
Oh, Mashable.
Oh, no.
Mashable.
You're right,
I like
Mashable.
Mashable.
Sorry.
Will Apple make,
ads.
and this is your,
And this is so funny.
yeah,
that
will
they word
Apple
it this
make
way.
your MacBook obsolete this month?
every month your MacBook becomes obsolete,
Right.
Because they're always moving technology around.
Yeah,
Now,
like
is this
7
because of
years
the
forward.
is it the M2 chip?
No, it has to do with the fact they're talking about 2014,
2014
computers that are
Macs.
now they're not going to have anything but battery service
Yeah,
for
they'll
them.
they'll
That's
allow
all.
you, even
Because
though
the
they
parts
know,
just aren't available.
and just say that it's.
I mean,
People don't
I've got a
understand.
2012.
You know what it is?
It's been out for 2 years.
People don't understand. Apple is a hardware company. They have got to sell hardware to maintain their presence. They've just recently, and we're talking within a few years. Probably within 5 years or so, that they've gone to the subscription model and stuff like that with everything. But Apple is a hardware company. They have to sell their hardware. They have to make it obsolete so that way they can continue to sell. That's why they push so hard against people repairing it. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And that's the reason why you have what you have. They're not, Microsoft is a software company. They want you to put their software on every device in the world because that's how they're going to make their money. Apple's opposite. They're a hardware company. They need you to continue buying new hardware from them.
Right, except for one thing. Except
Cool.
the one hole in that argument is that when I buy a Toshiba because I have a Toshiba that is the same age as my MacBook Air.
Correct.
The Toshiba has been a brick for years, completely unusable. My 2012 MacBook Air, still humming right along like there's no tomorrow. Okay, so they have a 7-year lifespan they give you. I have a stack of Hewlett-Packard laptops at home from when the kids needed computers and everything.
Yeah.
A stack of them. Every one of them died between 13 and 15 months.
Those
Right,
are called
right.
door stops.
They're door stops or they're couch legs. Okay, that's all they're good for.
Target practice.
There you go. Okay, so we're bitching about them having a 7-year lifespan when I can't buy any PC, Google, any product out there that even gets me past 24 months.
So I have a 2000 and probably 8 laptop, Apple laptop, that still works today. All I had to do is buy new batteries, and I bought. I bought I think I bought 4 of them. So when one battery goes, I just throw it away.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's great product.
I can't update it. Right, I can't get anything new on it, but for what it does it well.
And
It'll still run Final Cut Pro
And one
Nobody's
day it'll be in a
business.
museum. One day it'll be in a museum.
And still running.
And still running.
And still running.
Still running.
Yeah.
Just like Edison's first light bulb.
Exactly.
You'll walk by the interactive display and it'll turn on. Bing.
Yeah. Hi.
yeah.
So,
Here goes
do you,
Apple logo.
Do you use Google Docs?
Sometimes.
Do you
I
Google
mean, I've
Docs?
used it.
I don't like to, and this makes me nervous.
New Google Docs style suggestions make writing so much easier. I guess it's going to help you write now.
Well, it's going to be like, what's it called? Grammarly. Okay, so that it'll make suggestions, it'll
Yeah.
fix your spelling errors.
Thank God, because I suck.
It will tell you when you're using words you shouldn't use and
Suck,
phrases
like suck
and
is a good
pronouns
bad word.
that you shouldn't be using when you're using offensive terms. And pretty
suck.
soon it just won't allow you to write them. Isn't that better?
Yes.
No.
Well, you know,
No.
it will also take away what you are trying to mean. And
Okay,
did you mean?
So Grammarly does that now. Grammarly's always trying to correct me. I said, no, damn it, I want that word in there.
Yep.
No, you can't put that word in there. I'm like, well, turn it off, and then I'll put it on. By golly. But yeah, so that's the new thing coming from Google. Google thinks you stupid.
And again, they're going to do it for free. They're going to hurt Grammarly badly, okay, when they do this.
and then they're going to charge for it.
And they're not going to charge for it.
After about 5 years, they will.
Well, no, they don't have to, because imagine the data they're going to get when they're handling all of your writing
have all the typing.
exercises. Everything that you're writing, you will now get rid of, Microsoft Office. You'll get rid of all that. You'll be over there because it has this awesome things that helps you write well. And so you're doing everything in Google Docs at that point.
So do we have? So when you write a book or write a paper, do we have to put in there as help co-authored by Google Docs?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they're going to co-own all the copyright on everything
Right.
at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, as their
dude.
AI jumps up higher and higher, and it says,
Right.
actually, we wrote 42.8% of this.
Yeah, we own them.
You know what?
So-
Actually, we
yeah.
wrote 72.6%
And listen to this.
of it. We own it all.
And when you upload it as a digital format, their system will automatically know how much
Hey, I wrote
how
that.
much percentage they need
Right.
to take off the commission for every book purchase.
I think that is far more outrageous than the fact that it just won't let you post things that it doesn't like.
It does, but I wrote that, but
It
I don't
will
like it.
correct
I'm not going to
the
let you.
grammar in your document.
Grammar.
So you aren't allowed to say, certain things, and that's what gets me.
I do like Grammarly though. I mean, I don't use it all the time, but when I do, it has made me look a little smarter when I'm writing stuff. So.
Yeah, because I do compare your document, your documents to your, text messages. And
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I'm talking to two different people
It
here.
is. It's like, whoa, hey, he's smart. He's a moron. Talk to text. Should
Hey,
not
this
exist.
moron is smart enough to use Grammarly.
I know.
So yeah, there you have it. That's what's happening there.
Okay, so Intel Arc is off to a bad start on laptops. NVIDIA blows it away.
Of course, because
Their software company. No, I'm just kidding.
well, technically, but
Technically.
that they write code inside their processors.
There you go.
So yes, Intel is trying to make a GPU. They've been trying to make a GPU. Hell, they've been making GPUs. Look at the Intel. I forgot some of the names of their G4400s and stuff like that. But anyways, they're
Not good.
they're not doing very well. And that's because when the games and stuff like that are being coded and their drivers and information that's needed to drive the graphics are usually written for AMD or NVIDIA. And NVIDIA
Right.
is usually the first company that most people write the games for
Right.
and work properly with. And then after that, in the game releases, and bugs are found and stuff like that, AMD drivers are the next to get corrected and stuff like that.
Right.
So here they are. We're gonna release a GPU. Boom, here it is. Of course, it's gonna have bad reception because it's not gonna play a lot of the games and stuff like that. Compared to NVIDIA and other companies that are.
So
out
you think
there.
it's just regular growing pains?
I think it's going to be regular growing pains. It's going to be interesting that we definitely need another company. And Intel, if Intel gets this right, they'll be able to take that technology and at one day probably even integrate it into their CPUs, creating a new kind of APU that's going to be, you know, really fast and things like that. And maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll build it for a little while, and in 5 years they'll say, you know, enough is enough.
Enough's enough. We'll just
you know,
stick with
we can't do it. So it's,
Stay in our lane.
Yeah, it's really tough with technology companies, you know, especially companies that have been around for a while.
Right.
You know, they try something new, they find out that they just not gonna, you know, they're not gonna figure it out very well, and they just stop producing.
Right.
You know, look at Windows Phone.
How can you do that? You can't find any.
Oh my!
And everybody's like, wait, what?
Windows made a phone?
Yes, they made a phone. Look, they used to have a really nice Windows Phone,
I
and
thought
then
they're still making it.
no. And remember, Nokia has been helping the Russians.
Oh, that's right. Damn Nokia! Stop that! You're bad. Stop being bad. I don't know. I think sometimes we all just have to learn how to stay in our lane.
Yes. Do what you do right.
Right, and do it
better.
Be that one thing that every person can rely on. Right, it's going to be a good product. I don't know. I understand. I understand trying to get in and hold the market, and if you're going to build one thing and you build another things, that's two great things. But I just think stay in your lane.
You see brands just die off because of stuff.
You don't
like
see
that.
me going out and try to be a wedding videographer, right? We stream weddings. We're not the videographers, but it's not because it's not my lane. I don't want to sit there and chase that kind of work.
No, you don't do
Or that
editing
bride.
work. It's that simple. You
Well,
really
we
don't do editing work.
We do, but we don't.
No, but you don't pursue it. You don't go after it. You have it available for the oddball situation.
We do. People
But the
walk in,
fact
"God,
of the
I need
matter
this tape."
is,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, you have perfected this live streaming model. This is your fast lane
Yeah.
right here.
Literally, and it's
we
very
do it
fast.
well.
And you save people
And it's very
80 to
fast.
90% off their video bill. Okay, every episode, every month, every whatever it is they want to do. I mean, your prices are insanely low because this is your niche.
Oh, I should
this
be
is
that
what
guy.
you've
I should
created.
do a commercial like that guy in New York City does with the Crazy Eddies. Have you ever seen that? Crazy John.
Well, I would say Angry John. Angry
Well,
John.
okay.
Stream your podcast here.
I could be instead of being remember the RV dude?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I could be the video dude.
The what?
There you go.
Okay, so back in the day, there was an RV sales guy.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make a commercial. And dude, it's a thing. I mean, you can watch the whole, there was actually there's a show about him. I hate
Documentary.
documentary that
I am
shows how
Grammarly.
this guy just loses his crap, and he was one of the top selling RV guys in the United States, right? Oh, dude, it's so funny. And I'm like going, I could be the video guy, the angry
I love
video
the
guy.
idea. All right.
But anyway, so okay,
Yeah.
you remember 1999, Space 1999.
How could I forget it?
It was the most
I love that show.
awesome show. And so that was our moon base, right?
Moonbase Alpha.
Moonbase Alpha. So NASA, what they're saying is NASA needs to commit to a permanent lunar base.
And it's funny because
They should.
NASA has said, okay, we're going to build one and we're going to go there once a year. Well, you're not going to be able to support people on the ground if you're only going there once a year. Okay, it's like, well, yeah, they died 3 months ago, but don't worry, we're going to be there to pick up the bodies. And so there's
Decompression,
Just kick 'em up.
decomposition
If you kick
has
them
been
hard enough, they just
paused.
float away.
not on the moon. You got
just
to kick
sucked them
them.
out of
Well,
space.
you get to kick them 1/6 as hard,
Right.
and they'll float away. But the real issue is they're trying to say, hey, look, what if we put basically a lunar orbiter that allows us to get to there, and then it runs shuttles down to the moon. What if we do basically we launch from the space station instead of a lunar orbiter. We reload on fuel and we send SpaceX to go back and forth with its
Look at
heavy.
the solar array.
I know, I love it.
That is
It's freaking
absolutely
fantastic.
phenomenal.
Okay, what we have planned now. What is missing from this article is the basic fact that how about if they just run it like an Airbnb? Okay, and I don't mean like people can go up on vacation there.
Now, you
but
just-
what I'm
you just
saying is
burst my balloon.
you can build the base. It doesn't need to be occupied all year.
Okay.
Go there, have yourself a 2-month mission, and leave. Just make sure, you take your garbage and lock the door on your way out.
Burn your poop.
Burn your poop.
Or plan it because
You
can
do
use it
camping, I'm thinking Airbnb. I'm like, why don't you flush, John?
Because you can.
Why don't you flush?
Well, because you can actually, if you save it and do it right, you can plant potatoes in it. The Martian.
Good to know. Didn't watch it. Thank you. Poop potatoes.
Poop potatoes.
Yeah.
He grew potatoes on Mars.
That's. I don't see why anybody would not do that.
Yeah, no,
I mean, for me, that just makes perfect sense. He must have been Irish.
He was.
There you have it. He's like, I know what my ancestors did. Hold on, let me grow potatoes.
I think Matt Damon is Irish.
Yeah, he might be, but
he's from Boston.
But I mean, the whole reason for the Irish potato famine was that potatoes are not actually native to Ireland.
No, they're not.
And they had real rainy weather, and it just destroyed all the crops after everybody switched over. But
history.
That's history. And so.
But I think it's a cool thing. I think it would be.
I think we'll get there. I just don't think that it needs to be the first thing we have to plan on and budget for is to be there permanently. Let's put up a temporary base. Now by 20, what is it?
Let's pop a tent.
Sure, you go ahead and do that, Adam. Why don't you just take a cruise to the moon, Adam?
Yeah, I was going to say cruise and. See what happens when you hang on a cruise too long?
Now
was it a pineapple cruise?
In all fairness to Adam, okay, the reason the cruise was so long, and he didn't really have the time, he was told it would be a 3-hour cruise. And we know what happens when you take a 3-hour cruise.
Yep, you'll never come
so
back.
There you go.
All right, so I personally just think that's very
I think it'd be awesome, but I think they can do it in very sane steps and get it done properly.
So I didn't put this in here, but I think, so one of you two must have put this in here, is about what's the matter? We explained the new smart home standard.
That was a dam.
It looks like what they're trying to do finally is get some of these technologies to communicate and you be able to use the one app instead of using multiple different apps.
So that means that instead of having to have an Apple or have to have a Google or have to have Alexa or whatever, they're all going to work with one system.
They're going to come out with one standard. Standard is that they're working on is this standard called Matter. And
okay, what we're talking about is smart home devices. Okay,
sensors,
and linking
lights.
them, whether it's the lights, your thermostat, your refrigerator, your stereo, your TV, all those things all run right now. And if you buy different brands, you're screwed.
Right.
You need to have a different system for every one of them.
Believe it or not, what I've done is on some of the devices that I have in my home, I have a SmartThings hub, which is an open concept. It uses Python. In the background, and it's an open concept that allows multiple different kinds of devices to communicate with this hub. And then, for instance, my Amazon person can go ahead and connect.
Trigger. I'm talking you down, man. It's okay. It's going to be okay, man. It's going to be okay.
And then it can find those devices.
Really?
On my network when it normally wouldn't have been able to.
Okay.
So it basically, this hub gets all these multiple brands of devices into one location for me, and then it can communicate with my other smart home applications and tell them this is over here, this is over there. So when I tell it to do one thing, it tells the hub then tells the sensor, and vice versa, and it moves back and forth. But, people that don't know about that kind of stuff, they have to do this, they have to do that, they want a doorbell camera, but they can't see it on their their Fire Stick.
And that's just it. I'm tired. So in the house, right, I have Alexa. I know, calm down. But I also have lights that, which when I bought them because I could run on my phone, but my Alexa can't see my lights.
But they can if you use Samsung SmartThings. SmartThings Hub.
Hey, Rob, if you can, man, if you can go find SmartThings Hub, I'd like to put a picture of that if we can, because I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that way I'm not having to worry, well, I've got to go buy this.
And believe it or not, there's been
I got to go buy this.
The SmartThings Hub's been kind of like back in the day when this started, when smart home stuff came out.
Do you have to know any coding?
No.
Okay.
No. But it allows you, it's open source, so you're able to do other things with it. But back in the day, let's just put it this way. Smart home stuff was coming out, and I started playing around with it with a software called HAL 2000.
Hal?
HAL 2000.
I swear to you,
That's
it's called
awesome.
HAL 2000. Home Automated Living was the company.
Dang.
And
All
listen
right.
to this. I ran it on a Windows 98 computer.
Oh, love
Had a
Windows
modem.
98.
Had a modem, right?
You're right.
Listen to this. I could control my house from anywhere in the world.
Dang.
Do you know how?
How?
I called my house, and while the phone was ringing, I hit pound, and the computer would pick up and say yes.
Oh, my God.
And I would say, turn off the front light.
Yes, Adam.
And then there would be this loud clack. And it would say, I have turned off the front light.
It is now
But it was it worked. It would even read your emails for you through the phone.
Wow.
You could do everything with it. It was a really cool, and unfortunately it did not have bi communication. It couldn't tell if it sent the signal to the X10 device to turn the light
Right.
switch off.
Right.
It didn't know if it did or not. It just know it sent the signal and hoped to God that the light did turn off.
How many years have you been in the computer and IT world?
Unfortunately, too long.
2.
Well, let's see, what, 98?
Too many.
Windows 98, it was around the end of 98, second edition, Windows Millennium Edition is when I started getting into...
So about 20 years.
20 years.
20 some odd years.
So that's the one. So
Wow, it doesn't
You
even
started when
feel,
you were
it doesn't
six.
even feel
Before
bad.
we go to this next thing, I want to say something. You know, every one of us sitting behind this desk today, and my techs in the back, none of us have less than 20 years in this world. I've been doing audio video for 35, almost 40 years. I've been building audio systems when I was 15 years old for my dad in churches.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's
I was writing algorithms for developing advertising programs in 30 years ago.
and you
Yeah.
got 20 years. That's a long time in the computer world.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I built my first website 20 years ago.
Thanks for making me feel old, John.
You're welcome. Well, sometimes because sometimes you get these guys that get on videos, and I'm not trying to.
I've been doing this for 3
I am
years.
going to pat myself and us on the back because you get these young cats that get on there that's not even been doing this for 2 years, and man, they come across like the gurus, like they are the best of the best of the best, and if they're what they literally, my tech back there, my TD Rob, probably got 20-something years in the freaking production world.
Hey,
Yep.
don't get me wrong. Some of the young guys, they have, shortcuts or a little knowledge for, newer things. But you know what? Some of the things that are the simplest to understand or to realize that we took a long time to end up learning.
Right.
They see us do something. They're always like, wow, I didn't know you could do that.
They don't have the 30,000 foot view that comes with 20, 30 years doing
In this
it.
world, right.
It's like watching the mechanic fix the car.
Exactly.
And it's like you got the newbie just out of school going, I have to do it this way, and the other guy's like, there you go.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. I love
Flathead
that.
screwdriver.
I find
There
it
you
on
go.
Facebook every now and then, and I'll always repost it. It's like, the ship builders or these ship owners have an engine they can't get it to run. And every mechanic they've ever brought in there couldn't make it run. So they finally, someone said, go get the old guy down in town. The guy comes in with it. He looks at it, pulls out a hammer and goes, tink,
Yeah.
and it works. And they goes, well, give me the bill. Give them the bill for $20,000. Right? Well, what's a $20,000 bill for? I mean, yeah.
And then he wants the
goes-
breakdown.
He goes, here's the breakdown. It's a $1 hammer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's $19,999 knowing where to hit that. I'm like, there you go.
That's it.
And why do you end up making more money as you get older?
No, I had a client
knowledge.
who, same thing. Had a client who his website was down for 5 days, and the hosting company, nobody could help him. Everything wasn't working. He finally gave up, called me, contracted with me on my service contract, and literally 90 seconds I had him back online.
Right. Because you knew.
Because
Knew
I
what to
knew
touch.
what to do.
And you got to get to the point where you got to say, you may feel like, wow, it only took me this much time, and you kind of feel bad, but you can't feel bad because you know what? It took a long time to get to that point to understand what it would take to fix the problem or to be presented with the
Yep.
problem enough times that you've learned over the years that it takes this, and this.
There's a really interesting study, and let's get into some brain tech here, that when you are aged, like prior to age 20, you can't multitask. Your brain cannot switch between functions, which is why there are so many accidents with people under 20. They can't do two things at once. So they can't talk and drive. They can't listen to the radio and drive. They need to be focused on driving alone.
Right.
And then when you go through like your mid-20s, like 25 to 35, your brain is hardwired to multitask at its highest level. You can take in more data from more streams and handle it better than you can at any other time in your life. And that's pretty much where people stop talking. It's like, oh, isn't it great? You're in your, after that, you're in. No. When you get up 50 plus, they find that your ability to synthesize data, to take all those things you've learned and make them into a coherent, workable, functional, practical, basically action that will achieve the desired goal, it peaks at about age 54 to 60.
I'm right there.
So your village elder concept holds true. We're actually hardwired so that the older you get, the better you are at going, no, let's look at the unintended consequences of this action. Because I've seen this before and this is what happens. You can't do that unless you have all of that data to synthesize together. So that's just a cool thing about the human brain.
Yeah. So let's jump in this last story we got here going on. It's I didn't see this story.
This story about, yes.
The real Magic Mouse is made by Logitech, not Apple.
So before we get into the real quick, I just want to tell you, I had a customer bring in their Mac and they're like, oh, my keyboard and my mouse is not working. Right? This is funny.
And
because,
this is where experience.
Well, this is funny because he had a mismatch. So he has a battery-powered keyboard and he has the Magic Mouse too. So I put batteries in the keyboard turns on. I flip his mouse over, and I plug it in, and I charge it, and I use it,
the mouse
and
comes
it
on.
works. And I explain to the person, I'm like, just to let you know, this mouse does not take batteries. You have to lay it over on its back like a little turtle and plug it in and allow it to charge because it's a rechargeable mouse. But Logitech, even though it is kind of silly, the fact that we do have to flip it over and charge it. Yes.
I don't flip mine over. I leave it sitting on its side.
Okay,
because I feel
he
bad
feels
for it.
bad for it.
I don't want to leave it completely
But Logitech,
stranded.
look at this. This is cool. It comes with a mouse pad, right?
Right.
That plugs into the computer, but it's a wireless charging pad. It's charging the mouse nonstop.
Does it get hot?
No, it's just like our phone chargers, the wireless charger.
Oh, so you like the thing you sit on?
Yeah.
There's a little puck that I guess plugs into the bottom of the mouse, okay, that then picks up from the pad and charges the battery. And so you can buy that puck
that's why they're
for
saying
their
this is a
3 or
real
4
Magic
top-end mouses.
That's
mice.
cool.
No more getting to your computer and going, oh my God, my battery's dead again. That random.
I had to change batteries in the
Heaven
show last
forbid you set yourself a reminder so once every 2 months you remember to plug it in because it does last about 3 months on a charge.
I can't believe Apple doesn't have just where you can set it on a puck. Come on,
John.
Apple. I know. I
John.
just gave them free information. Oh,
John, you know that's going to happen
they're
now.
going to make one now.
They're watching there. They're like,
Oh, man.
I'm going to go tell the higher-ups.
Logitech just kicked our ass.
It would be nice if you could flip your Apple Watch charger over and just put your mouse on it. Use the one charger for both. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because your Apple Watch charger is empty most of the day.
Especially
you can put your mouse on it.
after they released a new one, which charges your watch in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you stick your watch on, it's like, ding. Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, so you can actually leave it on 24 hours a day. See,
So-
I take mine off at night, and I use it as a bedside clock because if you tap the dresser, the face comes on and shows you what time it is, and then goes back off again.
Yeah. Wow.
It knows you're using it as
I
a
don't like
nighttime clock.
I just don't like lights in the.
So did you?
No, it turns off
Yeah.
unless you want to know what time it is. Then you just tap your dresser. It senses the tap and lights up, and then turns back off again. It's perfect. Leave it to Apple.
So there was a story that said that the Cybertruck from Tesla was they're not going to do it. But, right?
Really?
Yeah, well, I just got earlier reports of Tesla Cybertruck being canceled, discredited, one of the biggest, blah, blah, blah.
So that's not actually the case.
I want one.
Did just get the report.
I want one.
I think they look
So they
cool as hell.
canceled it?
And if they actually have that 14,000-pound towing capacity, which you get with if you have all four motors in it, I think.
April Fools.
Oh, was it April Fools?
I
was gonna say, was it because
that's a crappy
Ford's truck
April
came
Fool's
out?
joke.
Yeah.
But guess who the largest shareholder in Twitter is now?
Tesla. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk
Go Elon.
is now the largest shareholder of Twitter.
I want
That
one.
is going to be fascinating
I just don't know.
to see if he starts throwing his weight around there.
Right.
Because he has not been happy with social media platforms canceling people and suppressing, facts.
Right.
And so it will be interesting if he throws any of his weight around. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I love the way the truck looks, and I know it says it can tow a lot, but but it's great that you can tow it 1.5 miles and then the batteries are dead. That's the only that's the only thing. Like if
It's like a
I couldn't
250
drive to
mile
my
range.
dad's
Yeah.
house, it would take me a charge.
It's like 250 miles. Where
My
does
dad's
your dad
North
live?
Georgia.
Yeah.
500
Now,
miles, so.
I thought it was really neat because somebody put up a video on when you put your destination in to your Tesla.
Yeah.
It maps out all the way, but it maps it out so that you never have to stop anywhere for more than like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
For
but
gas.
still-
So it
for
shows you.
electricity?
Yeah.
For
yeah,
electricity.
Yeah, for the rapid charges. So
But what is
it
a
works
rapid
out pretty
charge?
well. 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
forgot, how many miles to give you? Like 100 miles?
300 miles.
What? No.
Rapid charge?
Oh no, rapid charge.
The rapid 200 or 300. Yeah.
Damn.
But the
Well,
point is,
that'd be a complete
yeah,
fill-up.
No wonder they got
yeah. Oh,
There's a
well.
guy on TikTok that did this thing where he did a perpetual motion
Oh yeah.
charge. He did it. So hey,
No,
thanks
he
for
didn't.
watching. We
All
appreciate
right,
it.
bye everybody.
It's where if you got
I
comments
saw
that
a
you want to
man
talk to us.
fly in a movie in 1977.
I know,
too.
right? It was an awesome movie, right? Everybody have a good techie week. We'll talk to you
Take
later. Make sure to
care.
go to the Dirty Sphere. Bye.
We got the plans cause we are the tech shamans. We understand cause we are the tech shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Cool.